I can't remember the last time I had this much fun. I'm glad I sorted all this out yesterday. Now, when I wrote to my MP, Jonathan Ginogly, this is also on the channel, he replied to say it wasn't his job. So I've written here again on 3rd of February 2014. Enclosed you will find a copy of a letter from R. Davis, leader of the opposition, stating quite clearly it is your responsibility to investigate both the 30 years of missing money. Now, this popped up yesterday, I noticed this. Of course, I never found out until later that when I flagged this thing up in about 2008, 2009, all the money started going on the books then, you know, as if they'd done nothing wrong. So I'd been counting up as it went on, you see, because I thought they were still doing it. So it was in fact 25 years, but there you go. So I want to know, when you said it wasn't your job, who's lying? Is it you or Ed Miliband? Because I wrote to so many MPs, I think I did put, oh no, I don't think I put them in. But I've said somewhere else, apparently I'd written to David Cameron about 30 times. Now, this was all down to, this is where it gets you when you start Googling stuff, guys. This was all about my mate who, this is how we tripped over the fraud thing. They wouldn't maintain the lay-by that he traded from, you see. So I've got here, maintenance of lay-by, Russell versus West Sussex County Council, 2010. Trial judge's decision, paragraph 2, it was concluded that the verge was part of the highway. This is presumably they haven't been maintaining a verge, you see. Duty of care, a highway authority must maintain a highway so it is free of danger to all users. There you go. So now you know. It's little fascinating things like that, and the seven principles of public life and things that really gets me going on these. I've written to someone, I'm assuming this is local government ombudsman. I find it very curious, oh yeah, there we go. As a representative of the government ombudsman, another bought and paid for crew, that you say you decided not to investigate my initial complaint, as I have evidence in my possession to say it was investigated and you found no one to be at fault. So who's lying, you or Steve Turner? Again, Steve Turner's local government ombudsman. So they clearly fed me two different stories there. I mean, this is a paper trail, guys. I don't have everything, and specifically not everything in the right order, but from my responses at the time, we have to assume that things were done. I can't remember. This is local government ombudsman again. Why did I put this in here? No, I don't know why I put that in there. Oh, that's why it had the same complaint number. Yes. Yes, the complaint they said wasn't going anywhere. Yes, right, sorry. Yes, the same complaint number. And that's, oh, someone called Anne Johnson. Taking the case on. Or not. Finding all their mates innocent. And here's Tanya Wooten. Ah, that was who the email was to. Or the original letter, rather. Having carefully considered all the information you sent, my viewers are asking us to investigate substantially the same issues that have already been considered. Under case number, the same case number. So they never considered anything. Here's PricewaterhouseCoopers. This is a little nugget. I've asked the council to obtain copies of the relevant correspondence to support its case. I will follow this matter up as part of the 2010-11 audit. That was when they had to write to the papers, put it in the papers for 2 weeks in a row, which they did. And then they were also supposed to have had a letter from the Chief Constable at the time, and a letter from County Highways boss at the time, and I never did, neither of those things. That's what I said earlier in the earlier video. They didn't even get that right when they set it up. Yeah, and apparently all laybys are supposed to have signs saying lay-by. Otherwise they're unlawful. I'd forgotten about that. This was... oh yes, this is why I put this Councillor Bates. Councillor Ian Bates, who was the leader councillor of HDC. 25 grand a year, I think they get for going to meetings. And after his name came out, he decided to jack it all in and be in charge of the guided busway, which was possibly one of the most disastrous projects that Cambridgeshire County Council has ever embarked on. Because you would, wouldn't you? Oh, and that's my actual original email to Jonathan Ginobili. When he replied to say, well, he wasn't interested, basically. Council employees can steal as much money as they want. That was one from... God, I can't even read that. They basically asked me for new evidence. Now, I'd given them all the evidence. But the money wasn't in the accounts, like the auditor said. This was one to the Labour Party. Let me assure you, this is their reply, that we take information like this extremely seriously. We are always interested to hear about people's experiences, which assist us as a responsible opposition in formulating policies to hold to account as Conservative government. I have forwarded your correspondence to your local Labour Party and advised them to look into the information you have sent. I don't recall them ever getting in touch. Kind regards, Kerry, Front Bench Communications Team. Oh, here we go, I've put it here. I'll be requiring a meeting with David Cameron as I have written to him over 30 times. It's either 20 or 30. 20 times, I think. Yeah. So David Cameron wasn't interested either. In fact, I wrote to, Ed Miliband and a number of other Lib Dems. I mean, I sent out numerous bloody letters to these people, which actually, I'll get on to something a bit later to show you how many people it was actually contacting. There you go.